Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, and in today's video, we are going to discuss how to get a Europe visa in 2025. I will explain the full process from the scratch. We'll cover everything that you need to know in order to get your Europe visa this year. So make sure you watch this video till the end, so you don't miss out on any important information. Before we start, please subscribe for more such informative travel videos and hit the like button if you enjoy watching this video. Alright, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, first of all, I am going to answer one of the most frequently asked questions, which is, do you need a visa to visit Europe? The answer to this question depends on the duration of your trip and your nationality. If you are from USA, Australia, Canada, Japan, or any of these listed countries, then you do not need a visa for Europe, as long as your trip is less than 90 days. You can stay up to 90 days without a visa, but you must have a valid passport, and you must meet other entry requirements, such as having a return ticket, travel insurance, and sufficient funds to support yourself during your stay. However, if you are from any of these listed countries and you want to stay longer than 90 days in Europe, then you will need to apply for a long-term visa. In case you are from any of these listed countries and you want to visit Europe in 2025, then you will definitely need a visa. Now that we got that out of the way, let's discuss how to get a Europe visa in 2025. First thing first, check visa requirements for your country. Every country has its own visa requirements, so it is important to check the specific requirements for your country before you start planning your trip. You can check the requirements for your country by visiting the official website of the European Commission. This will give you an overview of the visa requirements for your country. The next step is to decide which type of visa you need. There are different types of visas for different purposes. For example, if you are visiting Europe for tourism or business, you will need a short-stay visa. If you are visiting for studies or work, you will need a long-stay visa. In this video, I am going to focus on short-stay visa, which is also called Schengen visa, because in most cases when people visit Europe, they just want to explore and experience different countries. So based on that, in this video, I will focus on short-stay visa. But if you need information on long-stay visa, then make sure you let me know in the comments section below. Alright, once you decided which type of visa you need to decide how many days you will need. The duration of your visa will depend on the purpose of your trip and the country you are visiting. As I mentioned earlier, if you are from USA, Australia, Canada, Japan, or any of these listed countries, you can stay up to 90 days without a visa. But if you need to stay longer, then you will need to apply for a visa. Once you decided how many days you will need, you need to start gathering the required documents. The required documents will depend on the type of visa you are applying for, but in general, you will need a valid passport, flight tickets, hotel reservations, travel insurance, and proof of income. Also, you may need to apply for a separate visa for each country you are visiting. Let me show you an example. Let's say you are from India, and you plan to visit France, Germany, and Italy. Since these three countries are part of the Schengen area, you only need one Schengen visa to visit all of these countries. But if you plan to visit Spain and Portugal, then you will need two separate visas because these two countries are not part of the Schengen area. Once you have all the required documents, you need to submit them to the embassy of the country you are visiting. You can submit your application online or in person. The processing time for a short-stay visa is usually 15 days, but it can take longer depending on the embassy. You will need to pay a visa fee when you submit your application. The visa fee amount will depend on the type of visa you are applying for. Once your application is approved, you will receive a notification from the embassy. You will need to pick up your passport from the embassy. Your passport will have a sticker that indicates that you have a short-stay visa. So this is how you can get a short-stay visa or a Schengen visa for Europe. Now, I am going to share some useful tips that will help you get your visa approved quickly. And first tip is, apply for a visa well in advance. Don't wait till the last minute to apply for a visa. Apply for it at least 3 months before your trip, so you have enough time to gather all the required documents. Second tip is make sure you have a valid passport. Your passport must be valid for at least 6 months from the date of travel. Also, your passport must have at least 2 blank pages for the visa sticker. Third tip is make sure you have travel insurance. Travel insurance is mandatory for all visa types. Make sure you have insurance that covers medical expenses, flight cancellations, and lost luggage. Fourth tip is, make sure you have enough money to support yourself during your stay. You will need to show proof of income or bank statements to support your application. Make sure you have enough money to cover your travel expenses, accommodation, food, and other activities. Fifth tip is apply for a visa at the earliest. If you are planning to travel during peak season, then apply for a visa as soon as possible. Visa processing times can be longer during peak season. And the last tip is, hire a travel agency. If you are unable to apply for a visa on your own, then consider hiring a travel agency. A travel agency can help you with the entire process from start to finish. They will take care of all the documentation and make sure your visa is approved. So these were some tips that will help you get your visa approved quickly, and make sure you follow these tips and you will be on your way to Europe in no time. Alright, now I am going to answer some of the most frequently asked questions about Europe visa. Question: No. 1. Can I apply for a Europe visa on arrival? The answer is no. You must apply for a visa before you arrive in Europe. Question number 2. How much does a Europe visa cost? The cost of a visa will depend on the type of visa you are applying for and the country you are visiting. On average, you can expect to pay around €80 for a short-stay visa. Question: No. 3. How long can I stay in Europe with a short-stay visa? You can stay in Europe for a maximum of 90 days with a short-stay visa. Question number 4. Can I extend my visa once I am in Europe? The answer is yes. You can apply for a visa extension once you are in Europe. However, you must apply for a visa extension well in advance, as it can take weeks to process. And the last question: what happens if my visa is rejected? If your visa is rejected, you can appeal the decision to the embassy. However, you must have a valid reason for appealing, such as if you were not given a fair hearing, or if there was new evidence that could not be considered during the initial application process. So these were some of the most frequently asked questions about Europe visa. If you have any other questions, then make sure you let me know in the comments section below. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more such informative travel videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, keep traveling and stay safe.